Hi everybody. The movie today talks about a dangerous journey in search of safety. The movie name Radioflash. Reese is a video game player. That night, while happily having dinner with his father, do not understand why power is suddenly lost. They felt surprised because their family had already paid the electricity bill. But Reese found out the entire city has lost power like their home. Not only that, the phone also lost reception. Even electrical devices in the house are broken in an instant. Reese found this power cut a bit strange. She remembered that her grandfather also researches electrical problems. In the old room, there are still many documents and books. Perhaps the answer can be found here. Her father felt that there was no problem. It's just a normal electrical fault. To sleep. Tomorrow wakes up. The problem will also be fixed. Everything will be back to normal. But Reese couldn't sleep. She went to her grandfather's room. Take out a book. On it introduces a technique called radioactivity. In a moment it can paralyze the entire power line. Also, damage active electronic devices. She felt that this blackout was similar to what was recorded. Reese finds a car battery. Try connecting it to an old radio left by her grandfather. Open the radio. It is really glowing. Her grandfather in the hometown also received her signal. Through the radio, she told everything that was happening to her grandfather. He thought the cause of the power outage was very likely related to radiation. If it really is like that, the electrical system cannot be repaired in a short time. So he suggested, let the son take Reese to his house. His house is full of everything. There's no lack. For a while, it's okay. But if the power goes out for a long time, there will be chaos, even lead to the shooting. So now when the situation is still fine, then quickly go to the hometown first. It is better than living in fear. They can also take care of each other. Reese's father did not believe what he said, feeling this is not possible. But when he discovered the water in the house was also lost, then he realized he couldn't stay here long. So the father and son quickly packed things up. Start the journey to the grandfather's house. On the way, they found gas stations and shops. All were robbed by others. No problem, because Grandpa is a visionary. So he foresaw the situation. Prepare enough gasoline and a shortwave radio for the son and his daughter. There's even a detailed map. After a power failure, the guide satellite also lost the signal. They can only rely on the map to go to his house. The shortwave radio can communicate with the grandfather within a range of 5 kilometers. After that, the father and Reese smoothly on the highway. Capital thought that could be convenient for the grandfather's house. But on the way, there was a car accident. Everyone's phones have lost signal. There is also no way to call the police. Make everyone stuck on the road. They want to go to the grandfather's house. This is the must-go path. There's no other way. They just have to wait. But wait until it gets dark. The road is still not clear. Moreover, the number of cars being stuck is increasing. Someone can't wait at this time. He doesn't care about the life of the people in the car. Directly drive the car straight into the car. Just open the road. But Reese knew that by doing that, the people in the car would have a hard time getting through. Night gradually falls. Reese fell asleep tired. When she woke up, she discovered the car is overspeeding. The daughter says that, so he was also distracted. The result is inattention. Instantly crashes into a vehicle that is left behind. Then they were plunged into a roadside forest. The impact made them faint. The morning after, fortunately, they were not seriously injured. They can continue the journey. But now Reese was worried about her grandfather, because they did not arrive as planned. Surely Grandpa had not slept all night, so they decided to hurry back. Reese studied the map. If they go by road, it will be at least 20 kilometers to come to the grandfather's house. But when they take a shortcut, follow the mountain road, at least 5 kilometers can be reduced. The shortened road will arrive faster. So they set out on the road, but it was only for a while. Reese's father's expression became increasingly unsightly. Actually, he was quite injured in the accident, but he hid Reese. When she also found out, he still only answered through loudspeaker. He persistently continued on the way. But when he walked a bit, he fell and fainted. Seeing that, Reese panicked, hurried to run towards the main road to find help. Luckily, there was a farm not far away. After the farmer knew about the situation, he hastily followed Reese to save lives. But his father's injuries were so heavy that he did not survive. After his father's burial was completed, the owner of the farm said there was a lot of chaos outside right now. Even the next forest also hides many crimes. It is too dangerous. He didn't have the confidence to let Reese leave alone. so decided to bring her home safely. Grandpa could not wait for his son and niece, so worried, should drive out to find them. He relies on timing and route estimates. It felt that they were probably lost due to unfamiliarity with the road, so he went on the highway to find it. As expected, he found that there was car brake on the road. He found the car in the mountain, seeing blood stains on the ground, but in the car, no people and luggage. This means his son and granddaughter can still go on. He quickly followed his way back to find the owner, and Reese had also departed. On the way, they saw a boy blocking the car. The situation is now in such chaos. He is also worried, so he is very cautious. He told Reese to hide in the back of the car. The results were in his prediction. That guy not only wanted to steal the car, but also killed him with a gun. After robbing the car, he drove to an abandoned car park in the woods, intending to find some car oil here. Reese also took the opportunity to escape from the car. She heard a gunshot sound from inside the forest. It turns out that he was unable to steal the oil and was killed by someone else. Reese hadn't been able to run for long. She was taken away. Her grandfather followed while searching and found the farm. He discovered his son's grave. He quickly went on to find Reese, but found the owner dead on the road. Reese's kidnapper is a tramp named Clerk and his disabled old mother. There is also a son named Quinn. A house of 3 has lived in a dense forest for a long time. Separate from the world, they were completely unaware of the power outage outside, and also don't care if there's electricity or not. After all, they don't need it. The disabled old mother looked strangely gloomy. This person is definitely not good, but she wanted to keep Reese with her. So until midnight, Reese took advantage of the time when the whole family slept and quietly escaped. But not far, she is captured by Clerk. She was locked inside a warehouse. At this time, the disabled mother reveals her true face. She wants Reese to stay here forever, to care for her son and nephew. Of course, Reese disagrees. She has locked in the warehouse again. Alone in there, she didn't want to sit still and wait for death. Reese quickly thought of how to break the rope. The rope has been cut off, but the door lock cannot be opened easily. At this point, Clerk's son Quinn appeared. Quinn is a good man. He didn't want to collude with the disabled woman and Clerk. He thought of how to get through the roof. Help Reese get out. After she got out, Reese wanted Quinn to go. Quinn was in that house, also often beaten by father and grandmother. Clerk, after waking up to find Reese has escaped, he followed the trail on the ground, quickly find the son and Reese. Without hesitation, he opened fire and shot at them. Quinn knew if they kept on hiding, definitely won't be able to escape Clerk. They sooner or later will get back. So they decided to go back and fight Clerk, but he was too weak. He was being beaten back by Clerk. There were gunshots. Clerk was shot down. It turned out that the grandfather had arrived in time to save them. Reese burst into tears and hugs her grandfather. Finally, everything also ended. Reese and Quinn both returned to the grandfather's house. Until now, people still do not know the cause of the power outage, but this is no longer important. Anyway, Reese is getting used to life without electricity.